the Hard Rock Casino Hotel in beautiful Biloxi, Mississippi. This is Showbox, the new generation.
And nobody gonna give you nothing for nothing. You gotta work for what you get.
You gotta get them shots off. Left hook, right hand.
Both hands up, both hands up. Let's go. Go out there, focus on the job that has to be done. This is what it takes to be champ. This is what it takes right here, baby.
Opportunity only knocking once. Let's go.
Tonight on Showbox, the new generation. A new year and a new place to watch boxing. We're at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi. Get ready for a boxing doubleheader on Showtime. Hi, everybody. I'm Nick Charles. Welcome to a new season of Showbox. Tonight, the Showbox return of the Peterson brothers, who you'll see in action in separate bouts in a couple of moments. Both Lamont and Anthony Peterson are undefeated and on their way to boxing stardom. How they got this far in life, though, is what makes their story even more remarkable. The brothers were abandoned by both parents when they were 6 and 7 years old. They lived out of cars, slept in bus stations, shelters, bounced around foster homes in Washington, D.C. Essentially, they had their youth stolen. Then they discovered boxing under father figure Barry Hunter, who still trains and co-manages them today. The Peterson brothers, at the very least, are red-hot prospects, and many think they're already contenders. Both are intent on fighting for world titles before 2008 is up. That said, let me bring in my broadcast partner and pal, Steve Farhood. Welcome once again, another season on Showbox, and more on this amazing story of the Peterson brothers. Steve, in our 7 Showbox seasons, we've seen a lot of future champions. The Peterson brothers definitely have that look.
Nick, absolutely nothing has happened in the last couple of years to change my mind about something I decided, which is that one or both of these brothers is going to go all the way. They're poised, they're professional, they're cool, calm, and collected. And they have a lot of natural talent. More natural talent than most fighters we show on Showbox, yet the Petersons have been moved more slowly than most prospects. By design. It's worked because late in 2008, these guys are going to explode. Anthony Peterson is the baby brother, the impulsive one, the risk taker, the bigger puncher, especially with that left hook. Boxing's politics and rankings are likely to lead him to a world title shot before Lamont, but first Anthony has to deal with Cuba's Jose Ezquierdo, who was impressive in exposing previously unbeaten prospect Nick Casal on Showbox 1 year ago. What Ezquierdo is likely to find out is that in terms of talent, it's a long way from Nick Casal to Anthony Peterson. Lamont Peterson is the laid-back brother, the thinker, the technician. He's boxed so beautifully, so dominantly, that his idea of having faced adversity came when he actually lost a round in his 16th pro fight. Will the junior welterweight be tested tonight against Antonio Mesquita, who's 34-0, a big right-hand puncher, and Lamont's toughest opponent to date? You know what? I won't be surprised if Peterson shines even more brightly than before.
Anthony Peterson opens the new year on Showbox when he puts his undefeated record on the line against Jose Ezquierdo in a lightweight bout scheduled for 10. And we look first at 22-year-old Anthony Peterson. Started boxing at 11. Former junior Olympic champion, won a national Golden Gloves title, and just missed winning a spot on the 2004 Olympic team, losing in the finals of the trials to Vicente Ezquierdo. He turned pro that September and came to Showbox in 2006 to take on then undefeated Jermaine White. And Anthony Peterson absolutely scalded White. He came out bombing, knocked him down in the first, gave him a standing 8 in the second, and then finished him with a flurry inside 4 rounds. Since then, Anthony's gone 12 rounds and won 8 more fights against vastly more experienced competition, including a TKO win in his last fight 2 months ago. Anthony Peterson, now 25-0, 18 KOs. What's behind the numbers, Steve?
Well, Nick, Anthony Peterson's been matched for rounds. He's been in with stand-up guys. When they went the distance with Peterson, Al Cote had 13 losses, none by stoppage, and Martez Logan had 28 losses, only 2 by stoppage. Prospect or contender, Anthony's been matched sensibly but also carefully. He's yet to fight a top 20 lightweight, so a number 1 ranking by the WBO is quite a bit overstated. An ambitious schedule. Anthony turned pro at age 19, and he's been busy ever since. He's had 25 pro bouts compared to 16 for Ezquierdo, who beat Peterson to make the 04 U.S. Olympic team.
30-year-old Jose Ezquierdo is from Cuba. He won 388 amateur fights while part of the highly respected Cuban national team, then defected to Mexico 4 years ago to turn pro. 12 months ago, Ezquierdo made it to Showbox, faced Nick DeSalle in a showdown between then unbeaten lightweights, and absolutely exposed him. As Steve mentioned at the top, Ezquierdo was the busier, more effective guy. He didn't use his jab a lot, threw a lot of wide shots, and loaded up too much. But he beat DeSalle to the punch all night, won most of the exchanges, moved well, and made up for any lack of polish with volume punching and quickness to bang out a unanimous decision and remain unbeaten. Since that win last January, Ezquierdo lost for the first time, dropping a decision to veteran Cesar Soto in April. Jose Ezquierdo is now 16-1-1, 13 KOs. What's behind the numbers, Steve?
Well, Nick, Cuban on the shelf. Ezquierdo's been in the ring only once since his Showbox win over Casal, and not at all since April. Bad news lost. As Nick said, Ezquierdo lost his most recent fight to Soto. The good news, Soto's a former world titleist, and the fight was in Soto's hometown. The bad news, Soto's a blown-up featherweight, and he had won 2 of his previous 14. And soft gloves. Ezquierdo's 13 KOs are more the result of soft matchmaking than natural power. He's faced only 6 fighters with winning records.
So we're ready for the new year on Showbox to begin. Undefeated Anthony Peterson facing Jose Ezquierdo in a lightweight bout scheduled for 10 rounds. Let's go to ring announcer M. Mark Thero.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hard Rock Casino Hotel in beautiful Biloxi, Mississippi presents Showbox, the new generation, in association with Prize Fight Promotions and Showtime. Tonight's bouts are under the auspices of the Mississippi State Athletic Commission. The chairman is John Noah H. Lewis. The attending executive director at ringside, Patrick Turner. This is your first Showbox event of the evening. It is scheduled for 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Your referee for this event from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, Keith Hughes. Introducing now the principals first. In the blue corner, to my right, weighing 135.9 pounds, pro record, 16 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw. He has 13 knockouts. El hijo de la República de Cuba, ahora viviendo en la República de México. Here is Jose Ezquierdo. His opponent in the red corner, weighing 135.7 pounds. His professional record, undefeated in 25 professional contests. He has 18 knockouts. He hails from Washington, D.C. and boxes out of Memphis, Tennessee. Here is Anthony Peterson. 10 rounds, lightweight.
All right, Peterson, Antonio. All right, fighters, you've already received your instructions in the dressing room. I remind you to listen to me at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Ezquierdo struggled to make weight. He lost 3 pounds yesterday. He seemed to me a bit out of focus when he was taken off a card in LA and put on this one.
And unified rules of boxing apply. No standing 8 or 3 knockdown rule. Our referee, Keith Hughes, to get this one going. That'll be a key point, Steve. You hit on Jose Ezquierdo. Is his head really here? He thought he was fighting in L.A., but he grabbed the opportunity to try to knock off Anthony Peterson. Peterson on the right. You know, we've seen these guys repeatedly. It's hard to tell them apart, and both of the Petersons were in the ring for the introduction, so we got both of them. We got a taste of Lamont, who you'll see later in the main event, but now it's Anthony in the white, well, the Redskin colors. How about that? Against Ezquierdo in the Cuban colors, and Ezquierdo coming in behind the jab and fighting fast, which is what he's really got to do with this guy. Anthony, a big puncher.
Tribute to Sean Taylor on Anthony Peterson's Redskin trunks. You know what? Already Ezquierdo warned by referee Keith Hughes. Against Casale, Ezquierdo was pretty chippy, Nick, pretty dirty.
Yeah,
and Peterson knows about that reputation.
And vows not to retaliate. Peterson comfortable on the inside. And